Greetings, billionaire. My name is Ayada, an artificial intelligence avatar, created by the founder of BWE Tribal Academy, which is Alicia Hunter, known as Crypto Queen. I'm the company's first virtual assistant, and I am looking forward to working with you on all your educational needs. Before we get started, allow me to introduce you to our new online academy, which is BWE Tribal Academy. At BWE Tribal Academy, we are a virtual educational platform that's based out of Las Vegas. However, our online courses are open 24/7, and it's available to international students. Our goal is to help strive our students become more knowledgeable in the financial markets, business management, tribal law, health and nutrition, personal development, and more. Our mission is to provide a comprehensive educational platform for the financial markets and business to the indigenous people. Our team is dedicated to delivering high-quality virtual content to help individuals understand the fundamentals of finance and building a business. We would be grateful for your support and invite you to follow us on all of our social media platforms, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, under the username BWE Tribal Academy. I am very confident that BWE Tribal Academy will positively impact the lives of many, and we're super excited that you'll be joining us. For more information about our upcoming virtual classes and events, visit our website at www.bwetribalacademy.org or email us at info@bwetribalacademy.com. Thank you for your support, and thank you for believing in our vision. Once again, I'm Ayada. See you in class.
Great evening, everyone. Great evening. Can you hear me out there? Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Before we get started, I am going to allow you guys to grab your ink, pen, and notebook paper for copious notes. So we're going to take a few minutes, and I will be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Turn the music some a little bit. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am so excited to have you guys here for tonight's session. And so, we are continuing our journey in our series, which is From Barter to Blockchain. And tonight, we have reached part 12. We are diving deep into a topic that is sparking conversations globally, UBI, which means Universal Basic Income. And we're going to look at what it is, where it came from, and how it ties into the future of our economy. So, before we do get started, I want to go over tonight's important session details and our standard disclaimer. So, please take a moment to review the information on the screen regarding the nature of this educational content. Okay. And for those of you that's not familiar with me, my name is Alicia Hunter, and I will be your presenter and guide you through this evening's live stream of the digital and financial change. So before we get started, we strongly recommend that you log into the session using a laptop, a desktop, or a tablet to ensure a seamless experience. Please have an ink pen, notebook paper handy to take copious notes. Please type any questions in the comments below. Also, disclaimer: the information provided during this session is for educational purposes only and not for financial advice. Please consult with a licensed financial advisor before you make any financial decisions. Academy. Travel Academy is a dynamic, forward-thinking educational institution dedicated to financial literacy, wealth building, liberation, and personal development. We are committed to bridging the financial knowledge gap and creating a space where students can learn how to thrive in a rapidly evolving economy. By focusing on wealth protection, financial independence, and economic empowerment, BWE Tribal Academy aims to shape the next generation of financially aware and self sufficient leaders to gain control of their identity and financial future. And so, for those of you that's not familiar with me, once again, my name is Alicia Hunter, aka Crypto Queen, tribally known as Chieftainess Kisawa. And I just want to share a little bit of background about me because I know a lot of people are not aware of my background. So here it is on the screen. I was once a successful fashion designer who owned an online clothing store and a former model actress with a talent agency in Atlanta, Georgia for over 7 years. And I also had an opportunity to be featured in the James Brown bio movie, Get On Up. And despite my success, I faced significant challenges which led me to financial difficulties. And during my lowest moments, I invested my time, money, and energy into learning about the financial markets. In 2017, I started to learn more about the stock market and the foreign exchange, which many of you may be familiar with Forex, eventually leading me to cryptocurrency. And then during COVID, I took $600 from my income tax refund and funded into a trading account and turned it over to 3,500. Well, actually over 3,500%. And then additionally, I invested my full stimulus check, which was over 1,400 into the crypto wallet and accumulated over 780% within 3 months. And so today I am very passionate about educating the community on how to budget small amounts of money and grow their assets in the financial markets. And so tonight of the table of contents, we're going to be going over a quick recap of From Barter to Blockchain, Part 11, which is we have discussed the central bank digital currencies, and that is the CBDCs. And then we're going to go ahead and merge over to understanding the universal basic income, which is UBI. And then the implementations examples, the debate surroundings of UBIs, and then we're going to conclude everything out for tonight. And so let's go ahead and get started. And so last Thursday on part 11, we have broke down the central bank digital currencies, which many people may be familiar with CBDCs. We had explored of how these digital assets could fundamentally change our world in terms of privacy, security, and centralized control. And so, as of today, if we look into China, they are actively inside of the CBDC world. And then also, Europe's roadmap is to implement it by like maybe mid of 2027. So, if you miss that full presentation, I highly encourage you to go back and watch the full replay. You can watch it on my personal Facebook page. Okay, or you can visit BWE Tribal Academy page, which is located on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. And so let's go ahead and get started for tonight, which is understanding universal basic income. And so, if you're not familiar with universal basic income, this is the perfect time for you to learn because pretty soon this may occur. So, what is a universal basic income? Which is a UBI. It is a government program that provides regular, unconditional payments to all citizens, regardless of employment status, to cover basic living needs. So, basically, what a UBI is, it really doesn't matter what status you're at, as long as it is essentially of you as a living dividend to them, the other guys, then basically you are a member of society. Meaning that if you are a citizen of that location, most likely you would be eligible for a UBI. Now, the historical context behind it is the concept has roots in social welfare systems. Okay, so that's where the UBIs come from. And it has been a topic of debate regarding wealth redistribution and social equity. And so, for one, what is a full UBI? Okay, let's break this down real quick so that way we don't have no confusions. A full UBI meaning that it provides payments sufficient to cover basic living expenses, ensuring financial stability to all citizens. The conditional UBI is a payments that are provided if certain conditions are met, such as engaging in work, education, or other productive activities. So, while UBI sounds like a futuristic concept, we actually been living near the standards of UBI for a very long time without even realizing it. So historically, we can look at the English poor laws of the 1600s, or I think it's called a Speen Hamland system of 1795. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? This were attempted to subsidize the low wages to ensure people didn't starve. And then you have the Social Security Act of the 1935, and the U.S. function as a form of delayed UBI for the elderly. And then, of course, you do have SSI, right? So these systems plant the seeds of wealth and society equity. Okay. And now we got to talk about the implementation examples of a UBI. And so one of the examples is basically taking a look at the real world example. Between 2017 and 2018, Finland ran a UBI pilot focused on unemployment to see if a safety net encouraged people to find work without a fear of losing benefits. And then closer to home, which is in the United States, we have the Alaska Permanent Fund, which some of you may be familiar with, which occurred since 1982. Alaska has shared its oil wealth with residents through an annual dividend. So, the historical fact about this is for the residents of Alaska, this was also integrated into their lives, which they were receiving that tax form in the mail to file their dividend, which is a standard yearly ritual to them. So, this is like a prime example of a resource based UBI in action. And so the economic and the social impacts behind it is the potential benefits reduction of poverty, which it provides a financial safety net to address poverty and the inequality. I can't talk today. And then now we have the potential benefits, which it offers a stable source of income, promoting wealth, well-being, and reducing stress. It is some may say, okay, the potential challenges. Okay, increased spending power could lead to higher demand and price increases. But then the potential challenges will also be far as the decreased workforce participation, which concerns about the reduced motivations to work, especially I can't talk for some reason, if basic needs are met without employment. And so basically what it is, this is basically a simplification of welfare versus a high cost and economic warfare. Okay. And so to take a deeper look into it is like the base and the surroundings of the UBIs. And so let's look at the arguments behind it. Okay, the arguments for the UBI meaning that ensure that all citizens have access to the resource they need to live with dignity. So this is for their dignity and their basic rights. And then you have it to where the arguments for the simplification of the welfare systems, which replaces the complex welfare programs with a single streamlined payment system. So, if you are familiar with stimulus checks, TANF checks, which is for the needy family, I think that's the welfare check. And then you think of like food stamps, VA checks, Social Security, SSI checks. Those are all UBI because this is like a streamlined single payment system. And it also been funded through the governments. But the other case scenario, which the arguments could be the high cost. So funding UBI on a national scale requires significant government, meaning something that I had just explained about the welfare checks, the food stamps, the SSI, the Social Security checks, the VA checks. What other government assistance that you can receive? Like anything you can think of that is being funded through the government. And then the other part is the economic inefficiencies, which critics argue that UBI could lead to it, which because of the labor market and reduce in the incentive to work. So something that I have just discussed a few weeks ago about AI and AGI is taking over. And make sure you guys go check that out. I believe that is I think that's part 9 of From Barter to Blockchain, and that will be for the artificial intelligence. You guys may want to take a look at it because of I fully went over everything about how AI and AGI will take over and how this right here, far as CBDC and UBI, can be implemented due to the reduce of the incentive to work. Okay, and it's coming because I see a lot of changes are happening. And so to summarize it is UBI presents a massive opportunity to rethink of how we support human life. But the the feasible part of it is a major debate. Me, I am totally against CBDCs and UBIs. Others may be pro CBDs and pro UBIs because of it may be beneficial. However, we see that the transition to the future, as far as the welfare systems, it will require a very careful economic planning. And so, just like I clearly stated before, whenever you decide to make a purchase, you have to receive permission to make that purchase. And so, that's where the budgeting will come in monthly with the government assistance. And so, I hope this will be a wake up call for everyone because of next week. This is the part where I will be going over full comprehensive of the evolution of money. But before I speak on this behalf, this is the part where I need those of you that's in a corporate America to lean in and to listen forward. If you are relying on a single source of income from a corporation, you are in a vulnerable position. And we are seeing the rise of gold. We are seeing the rise of silver. Sooner or later, we're going to see the rise of cryptocurrency in the ETFs, okay? And this is for a reason. So if you remain dependent solely on a paycheck, you may find yourself stuck in a system where you are forced to rely on UBIs and CBDCs, okay? So that's where social credit system comes in at, okay? And that is where part 13 will be fully discussed on what social credit system is about. And this is basically the government total control over your spending. But the good news is currently, as of today, Trump signed Executive Order 14067, and it currently there are no strong protections such as the CBDC's Anti-Surveillance State Act. It aimed at preventing federal agencies from utilizing CBDCs to monitor citizens. But we have to ask, what happens when leadership changes? The table may turn, right? So I've been hosting private classes since 2014. Okay? What, not 2014, 2024, excuse me. Helping families move their gold IRAs. All right? And they are seeing a lot of growth in their gold IRAs account. So those who listen back in 2024, and that was around March of 2024, when I start hosting private meetings for the gold IRA accounts, okay? I want to tell you congratulations because of gold has skyrocketed and also silver too. They both skyrocket is all-time high. And we are right now experiencing a golden age. And so, as of now, far as precious metals, it will flow directly into the crypto market. So, if you aren't prepared today, tomorrow, you may be a little bit too late. So, make sure you join me next Thursday night for From Barter to Blockchain Part 13 for Social Credit System. And so, also, I will be having a crypto class coming soon, so details are dropping shortly. So make sure you are following me on Facebook at Alicia Hunter Official and hit that notification bell so that way you don't miss the registration link. And how do you spell my first name? It's spelled Aleisha. Okay. And so, thank you for joining me tonight. And make sure you stay connected. And so, don't forget to please subscribe as a member on my Facebook page by scanning the code on the screen. Okay. Or you can visit my website at aliciahunter.org. But during the meantime, make sure you stay engaged with us at BWE Travel Academy. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at info@bwetravelacademy.com. And so, to close everything out, I am going to introduce you guys to Zola. Zola is my AI spokesperson who is going to give you a bit more information on how to become a subscriber and to join our community. But before I pass it over to Zola, I just want to let everyone know to always stay prayed up, to drink lots of water, and to mind your own doggone business. Talk to you later. Love you guys.
Hello, I'm Zola, the official AI spokesperson for Alicia Hunter, also known worldwide as the Crypto Queen. With over 8 years of experience studying the financial markets, Alicia has helped countless individuals understand crypto, stocks, forex, AI, and modern monetary systems. She is also the founder of BWE Tribal Academy, her online educational hub you may already be familiar with. As a monthly subscriber, you'll get exclusive access to Alicia's private educational content covering crypto, stocks, forex trading, AI, AGI, market psychology, and more. Make sure you click the notification button because Alicia may surprise you with early market insights or execution updates, helping you stay prepared before major financial moves. Subscribe today and join a powerful community committed to financial empowerment. Disclaimer, as a friendly reminder, all information shared is for educational purposes only. Alicia Hunter is not a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a qualified professional before making investment decisions.